Good day, colleagues. Today we're talking about a very interesting subject which I love most. It revolves around people and the workplace, getting the best out of our own people. There's no secret potion or magic button to flying an aeroplane. Managing people also doesn't have a secret potion or magic button neither. It is so funny that we all think that it is so easy to deal with people in the workplace. It requires a great deal of commitment and intent to do so. Employees, like anyone, they need to be valued in order for them to get committed and to be loyal, and so that they would want to transform themselves and the organization. Then, strategic human resources remains a key driver for organizational renewal and transformation. How do we inspire and stimulate people transformation agenda successfully at any workplace whatsoever? The first reality, which is painful. There are two critical risks that any organization faces at one point or another. The first one is that it's people and their behavior, and on the one hand is that people do not change fundamentally unless if there is a personal tragedy of some sort. People don't like change. If they are being placed in a situation which creates discomfort, that's how they will change. But most importantly, people require revitalization over change. As one speaker said, revitalizing people has got a lot less to do about changing people and has got a lot more to do about changing the context within which we create around people. Now, what is this context that I'm talking about? We're talking about the employee experience, employee engagement, or disengagement on the one hand. This is the manner in which we consistently treat our people and how we make them feel at the workplace, what they see as their daily reality. And the experience at work goes a long way to either be engaged or disengaged. A person who has not been greeted by yourself as a manager, you haven't actually sat down. How do you make a person to feel valued? Do they feel inspired? Do you make them feel to want to go the extra mile for you? Do you make them feel to be human? Do you share the sincerity of humility with them as a manager? Do you have authentic conversation with your own people? Because when we give feedback to our own individuals, that's where this authenticity that drives commitment comes in. The great three that I talked about are actually the measuring standards for great organizational culture, which helps people to have the inner drive to change themselves and their perceptions about organization that they serve, and their leadership, and willingly rally behind organizational goals anyway. How do we then achieve this great organizational culture in the workplace? Firstly, by understanding the internal and external forces of balance, which makes its people either being revitalized, engaged, productive, or on the contrary, being actively disengaged, resulting in failure, anarchy, and rebellion. People who are disengaged, how do we see them? These are the people that normally comes and show up. They have actually long retired from employment, but they come daily to come and collect their salaries. These are the people that are so challenging. They are so risky for a business. Why? Because it is so difficult to track them. An employee's experience can either make or break any organization. Why? Because employee engagement is a result of an employee's daily lived experience at work, which is mostly ignored when you want to drive change or transformation. It takes the overall organization to commit to a clear organizational culture in order to turn around and transform itself. With culture and transformation behind you, believe you me, your organization is gonna go a step further. Sebenza engineering projects also prioritize great organizational culture and people centricity for its continued sustainability, stability, and success. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is MOEKETSI and I'm a people professional game changer, and you're about to learn more about intentional and deliberate strategies that will help your organization and its people to overcome and disrupt disengagement through, firstly, people centricity, culture, and performance excellence. Great to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sebenza Engineering webinar, for which deals with one nice subject, which is organizational culture. Most organizations want transformation. We put transformation at the center of the success of each and every organization. But we fail in terms of following the required steps that drives transformation. Meaning, we cannot put transformation in front of the wagon. There are basics that needs to be followed by an organization to the T. Firstly, for us to achieve transformation, we need intentional strategy. What do we mean about intentional strategy? Firstly, people need to know what are the plans, what is the vision, what is the mission, what is the philosophy of the business, what does the business stand for, where does the organization wants to see itself in the long run, so that they can be able to follow. Without strategy, there is no intent. Then secondly, it requires inspiring leadership, intentional leadership, to design this specific people strategy that is going to help us to transform the organization and its people. And then how do we do so? Organizational culture integration. When we talk about culture integration at the workplace, we talk about employee experience, which leads the engagement. Employee experience before employee engagement. What are we talking about when we say employee experience? This is actually a genuine experience of an employee at the workplace. How do we manage and make our people feel in the workplace? How do we make sure that our own people, they feel valued, they feel that they matter most, they feel that they are important, they feel that they would want to go the extra mile. They cannot want to go the extra mile if there is no strategy. The strategy which determines the vision and mission of an organization. So, if we have addressed the intentional strategies through leadership, which has designed an organizational culture which is integrated through an employee experience that leads the engagement, then we are going to get people performance excellence. We get people performance excellence. How do we drive people performance excellence? Firstly, by people that are knowing the roles and the responsibilities that they actually entrusted with in an organization. These people, they know that they cannot actually drop the ball in terms of their own goals and responsibilities and the delegations of authority. We give them the right tools and we create a right environment for them to perform. Typically, we cannot have a wrong driver and we give this wrong driver the right car or the right vehicle to drive. This specific person is going to create a mess for the whole organization. And we can't swap it neither. We need actually the right vehicles with the right drivers in an organization. The right people at the right position so that they can be able to play meaningful and committed roles in an organization. Now, any organization which doesn't center its agenda on people is going to fail. Why? Because remember, when we started, I said there is no magic button to fly an aeroplane. The same applies to people. There is no magic button or secret portion on how to manage people. It requires a great deal of experience, skill, and capability to to work with people in order for you to be able to transform them. Any organization that understands that people fundamentally, they have got their own needs of self-awareness, needs of self-actualization, needs of being valued, being made important, being assured of job security, and also recognition. Every one of us wants to be recognized. Ask yourself, when was the last time when someone that was working for you did something well and you actually recognized and celebrated that specific person? Here at Sebenza Engineering, our game, our people centricity game, it's about celebrating achievement, just like in the same manner as we celebrate our soccer players when they score goals. Even when our people do something right, they inhibit and embrace the Sebenza experience, we also recognize them in the workplace. Then it is also important to know that without a deliberate, thoughtful and intentional HR team, you are not going to be able to achieve the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is MOEKETSI. I'm a people professional game changer, and I am willing to contribute and lend a hand in making sure that your organization succeed.